So back to the Honda, you want to start with these first. These are your brackets. Now how you fit these is sort of down to preference. So let's reach over here just to show you. This is the cup off the headlight, that's like the backing piece. So if you were to fit your bracket at that angle on the bottom there, like that, it will push your headlight upwards, so you can sort of, you know, I'd probably raise it a little bit to there if I was to have it that way. If you fit it facing the other way, you'd have to have your mounts a bit higher, sort of around that area. It's a bit hard for me to see from this angle, but around that area, so it's kind of pushing down. So this is sort of down to preference and sometimes how much space you've actually got on the bike. So I'm going to actually have mine this way around just because I prefer it a little bit, and I'm just going to go and get started with that and put the other sides of this on. So when you put these on, you don't want them on super tight to start with. You want to kind of have them loose so you can adjust them up and down and move them about a bit, just for now until you've got your final fitting. Grab the back of your headlight, and this is sort of where you start doing your cable management a little bit. So when you've sorted all your wires out, just make sure that when you put the headlight on, that none of these are going to push against it. This one's going to be a little bit tight because they are all just bundled together, but I still do have that space. So the next step is get your nut and bolt. This one has a washer in between, which is a little rubber washer. Get your bolt, put your bolt through, and then get your nut on the other side. Now just do the same for the other side. So usually for me, this is the point where I decide where I kind of want the headlight to sit. So with the speedometer, it's not ideal for this style of headlight, but I would kind of want to have it roughly sitting up a little bit so it's nearly touching that point. This is just down to preference. You can have it lower, you can have it down here if you want. Obviously don't be dumb and put it down there, but you get the gist of it. So for me that's good enough for the minute. I'll do a final measurement when I finish fitting it, and also make sure that it has enough room to adjust up or down when you're doing your headlight adjustment. There's loads of tutorials online and in forums on how to adjust your headlight, or you can give a mechanic a fiver down your local bike shop and they'll probably do it for you. So it's entirely up to you. So with your brackets tightened up and these two nuts and bolts tightened up, you're ready to put your headlight on. The only thing I want to say about these is don't have them so tight that if you've got plastic housing like this, you're going to crack it, but don't have them so loose that as you're riding along, it's going to bounce up and down. So this one could do with being a little bit more tight, but I'm going to adjust this later on. So your next step, headlight. You might notice with this one, it's got its own little bulb in here, and that is because I've put that in there. So this is sort of a modified headlight. So if you want to do something similar, I'll leave links in the description. I'm putting a park light on one of these that doesn't come with it. Now when it comes to the actual wiring, all you've got to do is match the colours. So we're lucky with this one. This red one is off the light that I've added. Blue is high beam, white is low beam, and green is ground. You'll see I've spliced the ground from the park light into the green on this side here. These two sets of wires, I'm not going to worry about them for a minute. They're for the indicators that you've got going along the side here. Now in the UK this is sort of very hit and miss because a lot of MOT places don't like these. I normally fit them, but I'll have a small set of indicators as well, just so they don't try and fail me for it. So with that, neaten your cables up the way you want them, and plug them in.